Hello friends, this is Brain from GameBrain.media. We're going to play Mudrunner again. Yes! Can't get enough of this game. We're going to once again do the Ford versus Chevy versus Dodge. Full-size pickups, four-door long beds, and I am here with my buddy Soul Piper once again. Let's do a mic check for
Yo.
you, Soul. All right, good deal. Um, we're going to run the same trail, Crystal Lake Trail, in reverse. Like we came up the trail, and now we're going to go down the trail. And this time, we're going to put Soul in the lead because it makes it more, more visually interesting. So, ready when you are. Take off, dude. I'm going to have to push in the clutch and take off my parking brake. And I'm going to try to leave you enough maneuvering room. I think I backed up and hit your truck a couple times on the last trail run. Soul Piper and I were talking before launching here about, well, for me, a little bit of difficulty in such a long wheelbase vehicle trying to attack these obstacles at an angle where you can kind of like take advantage of that lengthy wheelbase, but the trails are so narrow, it's kind of hard to get the vehicle positioned to approach an obstacle at an angle. You kind of are forced into hitting it perpendicular. Oh, that was nice. That was nice. So, we'll see how this goes. As soon as the diesel fumes clear.
Not bad. Kind of laid into it.
I think it's the wind. It's blowing my own truck exhaust. Oh man, I'm just putting my foot into it too hard. I gotta refill this clutch.
Oh, you're doing a lot better than I did.
There it is.
I had to rock the whole truck to get up there.
Uh-oh. Going swimming.
Yeah.
All right, for anybody listening, my PC is a AMD Ryzen 7 3700X. I got 64 gigs of DDR4 RAM. I think it's 3200 megahertz RAM rated, whatever. And I have an RTX 3070 video card. My operating system is Windows 10 Pro 64-bit on an M2 drive, and then I've got Steam and all my games installed on a Western Digital black 7200 RPM spinning drive. And I'm using a Logitech G27 steering wheel from 15 years ago, I think. I'm going to have to look this up. Oh, dude, I did look it up. I looked it up on Amazon. I believe I bought it in 2012. Yeah, so it's really only 10 years old. But it's got a lot of hours on it. And streaming at 1080, running the game at 1080 locally on 1080 LED TV with 60 hertz refresh rate. And Soul, I think you're running on a laptop, but do you have like a 1050 video card?
Not even that.
Like a 970 from... oh man, I can't remember what NVIDIA's mobile graphics were. Is it a Radeon or is it a NVIDIA?
It's an
GeForce.
NVIDIA.
GeForce.
It's on the lower end of NVIDIA. I'm actually kind of surprised that it runs Division 2.
Oh crap! Really? You're still playing Division 2?
Yeah?
Oh, dude. Okay. I want to stick to the subject of Mudrunner for a moment, but how does the game look for you? I mean, the stream looks
Uh,
fantastic.
this one? Or
Yeah.
the Division?
No, this game.
It's absolutely fine. It runs Mudrunner and SnowRunner without any problem.
So you're in 1080 at like full graphics, or do you turn down some
Mudrunner,
shadows?
I need to turn down SnowRunner, but Mudrunner, I have no problems.
So what do you turn down? Just like simple shit like shadows or
Shadows, yeah.
HDR?
The only thing that I turn down in SnowRunner is shadows.
Okay, cool. And then now for the Division, I just did I just did 2 videos. I kicked off a new series I'm calling the GameBrain.media PC Video Game Talk Show. Because I've had a couple people in Discord tell me I talk too much. So I figured,
Nah.
hey, they're right. Let me start a talk show.
Anyway.
And what I did was I went through my Steam catalog. Wow, this is so much easier going down all these obstacles. And I don't even have to approach it at an angle. You can just fall down them with this big truck. It's surprising how powerful and well, I mean, not how powerful it, but I'm surprised how capable this rig is. Oh, now I just remembered. You're always running in granny gears. I'm
Yep.
running in automatic, and that's why I'm on you. Like,
You're on my booty all the time.
yep. I am right there. So for me to plug along at the pace you're at, I'm pretty much just have my clutch pedal mashed to the floor, and I just lift my clutch pedal like it's an opposite gas pedal. Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good twist and flex for this big old rig. I wish I had a different angle on that. All right, Mudrunner Maniac, take note. I'm going to try to drive from the front. I really do. I mean, I give that guy a lot of credit. He knows how to wheel from the front, like, big time.
Yeah. I guess he's had a lot of practice.
Yeah. He's a backwoods hillbilly, so he can drive backwards. No, not a hillbilly. I guess there's a difference between hillbillies and rednecks. Hillbillies are from Appalachia, I think. And rednecks is anybody. There's northern rednecks, too. I would consider myself proudly a northern redneck. Woo! Look at that! Woo! Yeah, it's really weird getting oriented. Oh, that's the thing that I forgot to mention about your setup. You run on a laptop with a gamepad, whereas I'm running with the wheel. Dude, when I rewatched that video, and you mentioned that, when I rewatched our part 1 of this video, and you said that, oh, you got the winch working in DevTools, I was like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe how long that plagued you. And then come to realize that you just were using it wrong. It worked all along, but you just didn't realize you were hooked into a gamepad behavior.
Yeah.
And pressing the button for auto attach winch, when really, if you had done manual attach, the thing was working the whole time. So I guess what I'm saying is you don't have to drive granny gears anymore because you can throw a winch at any point, at any time you want. Wow. Dude, I'm really liking this truck. It looks a lot like my truck. That's why I like it. All right, I'm going to swing back around. Try to pick up some truck action from your rig as we approach the end of the trail. Honestly, that is one fun little trail. Short and sweet is one of the trails here, and I really enjoy that, but I've been on it so many times. I would call that trail short and sweet, but it's Crystal Lake, a short and sweet trail. God. I bet we could run these friggin' trucks on any trail here and we'd be fine. Now, could we get them through West Virginia for Jakarta?
With some effort, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we might be, what do you call it? We might be winching our brains out. Oh, you found a parking lot over there, huh?
Yep. Out of the way.
All right, there we go.
You know, other trailers should come through.
Parking brake, advanced, engine off. All right, and then, what do we do? F1, double click the Chevy. Oh wait, why am I facing White Knuckles? Oh, White Knuckle Trails, Crystal Lake Trail. My bad. All right, well, I'm in the Chevy, and you appear to be in your Chevy. Ladies first. Dude, there's another part to that. We always used to say that stupid crap on the job site as a carpenter. Ladies first.
Don't make me blow smoke in your face. I'll hit the e-brake and just
Go for it.
fill your cab full of coal.
Oh, it is one black. I can't see your exhaust fumes. Your exhaust is not blowing smoke. I think when you were smoking, it's because your tires were spinning and it was tire smoke. Maybe not. I don't know. Honestly, this truck is awesome. This was my winner for the last portion. I think we both agreed this was the most fun. And it got the job done easier than the other two trucks.
Yeah. I had to bump the front end up by rocking with the other first truck. This one just climbed right up it.
So I wonder if that's a matter of, you know, I really wish I knew more about the building.
Well, each modder should, you know, have their own grip values.
Right. Well, each tire should have
Yeah.
a standardized grip value. If you're going to borrow from this guy's tires, then those tires should, you know, is it a soft compound? Is it a medium compound? Is it a hard compound tire? Is it an MT or an AT? Or, what's the other one called? AT all-terrain, MT mud-terrain. So mud-terrain's usually a softer compound, I think, so you get more deformation. Or is it the opposite? Yeah, I think it's the opposite. At least for dirt bike knobbies, softer tire compound would be used on rocks so that the rubber will deform or shape itself to the terrain, a hard surface with a soft tire. And vice versa. If you're going to run in sand and mud, you want a
Battle tires.
harder and stiffer knob on your
Yeah.
tire. I don't know if that really is directly translatable to how truck tires work. But I would guess mud terrain and probably a harder compound tire. That doesn't seem right, because mud terrain, like I got a Ford F350 4-wheel drive V10 extended cab short bed, and I had Toyo
tires.
Yeah, and I had mud terrains because they looked awesome. They had a lot more aggressive looking tread on them,
Mm-hmm.
but they had a much lesser, like a 55,000 mile rating, versus an all-terrain tire that had a 75,000 mile rating. And guess what?
Well-
Those Toyos, frickin', they only lasted me like 2.5 years, maybe.
Well, plus the more aggressive tires, you can hear them on the road.
Yeah, those tires were a little more buzzy, a little noisier, but the main thing is having to buy them every 2.5 years instead of every 4 years.
Yeah.
And now I got some
Gonna be
Cooper.
back up for a winch point, or
Nah, I'm just gonna take a wider swing at it on the left here.
all right. That's the one thing that I do like about these trucks. Every time you kill the motor, you hear the turbo spool down.
Oh yeah, I did have to. I turned on diff locks to get up that. I want to stay close to your truck for the visuals, but I don't want.
Kind of why I've been stopping.
I don't want to rear end you. Yeah, since I got the camera this round. Well, I guess I had the camera last round, but I just love to see the truck work.
Oh yeah. I know, get you excited.
The suspension and the flex.
The flexiness. Oh, okay. I thought you'd be on the bottom, but you just followed right behind.
Wow. Dude, this Chevy just gets it done. A little bit different lines I'm and maybe that's because, you know, it's the fourth time.
Well,
second time.
Driver's preference.
Pardon?
Driver's preference, and then how much time you've actually spent on the map with other trucks.
Yeah, going down these little stair-step things. I always like this. So I've really mostly done this kind of stuff on dirt bikes. It's 10 times easier. You just kind of blip the throttle and jump down each stair, and each step gives you a chance to do a little tiny wheelie and get a little airborne. And then out in Ocotillo Wells, California, and Glamis Dunes, my buddy Brian had he had a Dodge diesel, 4-door long bed like this. And we took that trailing behind the sandrail as a support, repair, tow vehicle. If anything went wrong with the sandrail, you know, we had rescue right there. And, you know, really we never ran into much problem, and there was usually an alternate route. So the big truck could stay down like in the in a sand wash, where the river or where the rain, you know, created a flat spot.
Yeah.
And the sandrail would go and take a little more gnarly trail up on the ridge along the power lines and stuff. So we took turns driving, and so Brian would usually either be driving the sandrail or the truck, and then I would swap in and out driving the sandrail or the truck. And sometimes the girls went out, so Brian's wife would drive with some teenage girls, and it was a 4-seater, so there'd be like 3 teenage girls, her daughter and 2 of her friends, and then me and Brian would be in the big rig. And that's where it got fun. Because, you know, rather than playing it safe, Brian's wife was not going to get in any real trouble. You know, she played it pretty safe. She had 3 little, you know, her daughter and 3 friends in the truck, or in the rig. So she played it pretty safe, which gave me and Brian a chance to fucking explore the limits of a 4-door long bed Dodge diesel in the desert on sandrail trails. And in that case, we went right on the same trail as the wife did. And it was easy peasy, not a problem at all. So much fun. So much fun, dude.
Can't attack that one straight on. You get high centered.
Yep, good call. Went right around it. After watching you struggle, I figured that out. Oh, hey, I don't know if I've told you this. Um, I got a buddy that I worked with in the early 80s up in Alaska. And I hadn't talked to him in well over 30 years. And he found me on Facebook. He said, dude, I've been looking for you for 10 years. I'm like, what? Who are you? He's like, Marco! Okay, I know a bunch of guys named Mark. He's like, come on, man, Marco from Alaska. Dude, really? It was like, yay, holy crap, I haven't talked to you in so long, and bingo bango. It's like we never missed a beat. It was the same kid I knew in 1984. I got myself stuck here. There we go.
Lawn dart the front end.
Yep. Lawn dart, that's good. Good description. Alright, I'm gonna get out of this though, without flipping it. There we go. Ooh, shit. There's a whole lot of smoke from these tires I can barely see through, man. I'm gonna come at this a whole different angle. Now that I understand the geometry. Geometry. Now that I understand the geometry, I'll make the same mistake repeatedly. There we go.
There you go.
So anyway, Mark's buddy, Mark had a Toyota, a mini Toyota, lifted, two-seater, long bed, and I had a Ford F100 two-wheel drive, and his buddy George, another carpenter coworker of ours, had a Jeep Cherokee. So it was like a 1978 full-size, kind of like the equivalent of a Bronco or a Blazer era. It hadn't been miniaturized into the Wagoneer yet. It was a full-size Cherokee. And god damn, that truck was lifted. He had tires on it. He had rims. It was fancy. It had a great, factory paint job, but it was just a spectacular looking truck, man. So, since I had the least capable vehicle until I bought my 72 Chevy Suburban, I would ride with Marco, and we would go down all kinds of power line trails, which, they're glorified. It's nothing like this. It's basically just gravel roads,
Yeah.
but seriously gnarly gravel roads, totally unmaintained. They went through the woods once. They cut down a shit ton of trees. They stood up a power pole. They ran lines and walked away and never came back. So it was pretty rough. It was pretty rustic. So much fun. Then I got my Suburban, and I think Mark ruined, or I think he totaled the Toyota. So then he had to ride with me in a full-size Suburban, and then George was running in the Cherokee. And sometimes we'd just go out in the Cherokee, me and George, without a support vehicle, because we'd just be blasting through the snow and open fields and climbing hills and shit. Mostly it was on the job sites.
Well, that was a no damage run.
Oh, how do you tell?
Because I didn't take any damage that entire run.
Well, so you just have to pay attention to your pop-ups.
Yeah.
So we can't press escape, or yeah, there's nothing we can do to like touch the truck. Oh, go to advanced mode and see where.
No, I just kept an eye on my damage, and by the end of the run, it was still at 0 of 3,000.
Oh, then I'm pretty sure that I probably took some damage. Dude, the realistic dirt mod, you just dimmed out because you went back to the garage. But my truck is sitting here and it's still dirty. It's not evaporating. It's not disappearing. But
On the Banks trucks?
correct. My tires are perfectly clean. Like they're you know, that armor all is some strong stuff. But yeah, I can't see a lick of mud on your vehicle now that you just bounced back into your Chevy. Like the door on my Chevy is caked with mud. Yours looks like it came off the showroom floor. My Ford truck is sitting there. It still has mud on the door. So I'm curious, do you see any dirt on my vehicles? So apparently
No.
the realistic dirt mod doesn't work in multiplayer? I thought it did.
I think it's just client side, but
Okay, well, let me get behind my truck and throw in gear. Come down here. Now, the driver's side of my truck is clean.
I can see your tires caked, but that's about it.
So, my passenger side was... Okay, I've only got a little bit of dirt on it now, but around the rear wheel well, the rear bumper, and the passenger door handle, you can't see any mud on my truck, huh? It just looks like showroom quality.
Everything. The only thing that's caked with mud right now is your tires. That's it.
Huh, that's weird. That's weird. My tires are completely clean for me, but for you, my tires are caked, but the vehicle's body is not with the dirt mod.
I mean, it'll work with once we switch over to the Dodge, the Brute trucks. By the time we get to the end of the trail, the tires are caked with mud. The side panels are
On the Dodge, yeah.
covered. Yeah. Right now, just right now, my back tires are caked.
Oh, I have H. H is my headlights. What the hell is the horn? J? Oh, G. Oh, you're not a keyboard guy anyway, so.
Yeah, it's the left and right
Okay.
bumpers for me.
All right. Well, dude, this is really fun. It's been a long time since we've fucking played multiplayer Mudrunner. I mean, a couple days ago, but it's been months prior to that.
Yeah. Now we got smaller rigs with smaller tires.
Same size rigs with smaller tires. Yeah, you're running your lights also, huh? I wonder if I forgot to turn. I mean, I hope it doesn't... I hope the day doesn't change here. Like the time turn into nighttime?
As far as I know,
oh, in multiplayer
it's
it doesn't do
frozen.
that? Well, it was
If we
last...
launched it straight from Steam, it would, but we launched it from their mods, so time is frozen. It's still stuck at 8 a.m. for me.
Oh. Oh, there it is, yeah. Okay, and that's because I set that freeze time in the Spin Tires mod. Holy crap, man. I got myself in a pickle here. There we go. There we go. A little diff lock action helped a lot. Yeah, there's really just no way to attack this obstacle.
Yeah, I had to use
You
the
winched?
winch as a little bump. Just enough to... I didn't use it all the way up, just enough to get going.
And you were in Granny 3 low?
I was in 3 low.
Yeah. Alright, so all I got is, yeah, let me turn off diff locks and see if I can inch my way up with them front tire. I can see it, like, just doing that one of that partial turn, partial turn, partial turn. Yeah. Yeah, there's just no
back
room.
up our winch point.
There's no room in this little wedge. Oh, we're fine. We're fine. There's no room here with. There's no room to attack the obstacle at an angle.
Yeah.
Ah, screw it. I'm gonna attach to your vehicle. Tree was a little too far away. Well, it was there, but let's see. Turn that off. Hit the gas. Put in gear. Okay. Oh, I stalled it. Huh. Wow. I'm really sad that this Dodge didn't, do better.
Smaller tires. Sometimes they help, sometimes... Plus it's a different modder, so he's probably more realistic within...
That's what I was thinking is, after I watched the last video, and I'm like, well, we had a Banks and a Banks and a Brute. So, not really fair to, oh God, no, turn. Not really fair to Brute. Oh, I went, okay. I went over. Let me see if I got it with winching to a tree. If I click this point, yeah, I should be able to do this.
One thing with these trucks, the modders, nothing against them, it's just they keep forgetting the snorkel.
Oh.
That's the one thing that they always forget is the goddamn snorkel.
Well, I don't know. If this is actually a work truck, it's unlikely you're going to cross. Well, no, I guess it's pretty likely you would be crossing.
At least have it, options in the garage. I mean, snorkel, something.
Yeah. I watched Tomcat video this morning. TC9700, right?
Uh-huh.
And he took a Dodge. I think it was a red Dodge Dually. It might not have been a Dodge. Damn it. I forget, but he's like, why would anyone ever do this? It was kind of clickbait title, but why would anyone do it? Take a Dually and go rock crawling with it. And the truck did pretty damn well. Of course, he's played the game enough that you can usually get most trucks, most places. And yeah, I think he had to winch once or twice, but it was kind of fun to watch. A big old badass truck bomb through there. It was much more lifted than these guys are.
Probably.
I don't think I'm going to get anywhere with this truck. If I take a different approach here, go hard left. And then turn into it. And see if I could get it turning into it.
Here for a winch point.
Okay, let me try hitting it to the right. Yeah, I really wish I could switch into granny gears, man.
And I wish... I know I can't map them to my steering wheel.
Right. So, I'd be okay with that. This isn't like Assetto Corsa where I absolutely need to feel totally involved in the race. A race car, you need to shift gears, I think. But on the other hand, a good race car, you're going to be using paddle shifters.
Yeah.
or a full-on GT racing stuff. Paddle shifters probably... Nah, maybe not. I don't know, man. I haven't watched enough of that racing in modern times.
I've seen paddle shifters and rally cars.
Yeah. But, like, I've watched... Like, most of the stuff I've watched lately is Ken Block or Travis Pastrana. And they've got this 3-foot tall stick for changing gears.
That's probably e-brake.
It's a combination. You can see them switching off between the two. Alright, well, I'm going to give up. I'm going to have to throw in the towel and grab a winch. Sorry, Dodge, you're just not cutting it here, dude. Oh, I am covered in mud pretty nicely, though. I was trying to get a good... I'm not really at a good flex point, but I had good mud going on. Uh-oh. I'm out in the roly-polies. Where the hell are you going, dude? Me, not you. I'm trying to drive from the front.
I was asking myself the same question. I was like,
Trail's over here, man. I'm driving from the front. I'm trying to get both of us in the shot from the front. There we go. Wait, hold still. All right, let's see. Let me see if I go back a little bit. Can we get some good flex action with two vehicles? Yeah, I think that moment has passed. The cameras. Man, Spintire's camera was so much better. You could zoom out so far. Now, maybe that was a feature of the spin mod, but... hey, what... Oh, that's pretty good. All right, that's good. Let me see if I nudge forward. Yeah, there we go. Now I got my tire kind of tweaked. I got a tree limb in the way. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay. Party on, Wayne. Whew, man. Actually, this brings up a topic that I find to be really interesting. Is it more fun to play in a truck that is... We talked about that in the last video briefly. Indomitable, a cheater truck. Spider-Man. Sorry.
go ahead.
You know, a Spider-Man truck that sticks to anything, goes anywhere, does anything. I like there to be a little bit of difficulty and challenge, like the little Breggles Suzuki.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called, LJ80 or something. That's a great rig. Even the in Spintire's Krebs
The
Toyota.
Daihatsu one is a really good underdog that just I love. It's like, yeah, this truck isn't gonna go anywhere. It's like, I'm gonna make you eat those words now.
Wait, we're talking about the Daihatsu again?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, those classic underdog trucks.
Right. I mean, it looks like an underdog, but honestly, it's ultimately a cheater truck. It seems just to, like, stick and have traction that big boys don't. I mean, it's a go-anywhere truck, but you don't really have to fight to get it places.
That be the Suzuki, that lifted white Suzuki.
The one with the blue roll bars?
Yeah.
That one's impossible to put places. I hate that rig. I deleted it.
Wait, the lifted Suzuki with the white tires?
No, there's a. It's called Amazon or Jungle.
Oh yeah, that one. That one's trash. That one's
Yeah,
just should not exist.
yeah. I mean,
Sorry to the modder, but that truck is crap.
I really wanted to love that rig because it's cool looking. It's white with a blue roll
Yeah,
bar and rims, and it looks really good. And
but it's
it's
got a weed eater engine.
yes, it's really tough. Um, and you know, part of me was like, oh, like I did a trail test video with 4 Suzukis, and that was one of them. And basically, that became that it went on my delete list. Sadly,
Yeah. I think
well,
you forced me into it. I ran it, and it's like, this is horrible.
yeah, I tried hard, man. I used that thing, and I tried to make it work, and I just couldn't tolerate it. After I went up the trail with it, and then as I came down, it just became obvious that nah, this truck does not belong in my garage.
Nothing against the modder. I mean, he tried. He did.
Correct. And you know, I think that model was probably ripped out of a different game. I think a lot of models are ripped out of other games and then massaged inside of the software. I'm not
Uh-huh.
sure. I think that's kind of how things were done back in the what was it? Motocross Madness, MX versus ATV, Reflex, Quad. But I don't know. There were a couple of games that had motorcycles, and you you. Now this is going way back, but basically a 3D Studio Max file is essentially a zip file with a bunch of other stuff that's kind of standardized formats. But when it's in a .3dsx or whatever the file extension was back in the day, with the right software, you could unlock that and you'd have all the different objects and it would have all the connection data and all the coloration data and stuff.
Yeah.
And what am I getting at? Oh, okay. So if you found a vehicle on the side of the road in Grand Theft Auto, you could potentially pull that 3D model out, unzip it, open it inside of a 3D modeling program, and manipulate it, I think. And it may not be completely accurate, but there's a couple of websites that a person who makes modded cars told me about, where you can go buy a 3D object for 99 bucks. Then you open it in a specific software, you save it in a specific format. You know, there is no vehicle mod editor for Mudrunner. They give you a map editor, but not a truck editor. You know, I don't think. I'm not sure. I never explored it really, but I think that you have to do that stuff in other tools, other 3D tools. Yikes! This is a difficult little pinch point. Man, this trail's so much harder in this Dodge than either of the other two vehicles. It's just remarkable. I find it hard to chalk that up to 2 inches of tire size. Okay, let's get rid of that. Yeah, having my shifter clamped to the desk kind of sucks, man. Thing moves all over the place when I'm ramming through the gears. So hey, if any vehicle modders are watching, feel free to tell me how totally wrong I am. Because I am probably totally wrong, like Frank Zappa says. I might be totally wrong, but I'm a dancing fool. I'm a...
Good, don't scare the audience away.
Yeah, right. No singing. I'm stuck, man.
You're stuck?
I did, what'd you call it?
Lawn dart?
Lawn dart, yeah.
Alright.
I was gonna say
Here
I
it comes.
torpedoed. I mean, I can grab a winch point. I'm just stubborn.
Oh,
Oh, shit. You're not in good shape over there either.
luckily the engine was still running.
Okay. Okay, let's move this camera around. And why? I'm winching and nothing's happening. Huh. Maybe I need to winch to a higher point. Oh, sorry, Dodge. You lose, man. But, like you said, different creators. That's what's going to be interesting, firing up the Bronco versus Blazer versus Ram Charger. I ain't getting anywhere with this. Oh, guess what? I bet I can winch myself backwards. Yeah, that'll work. Pull the rear end over a little bit. Call it done. Really? Oh, good lord. What is happening up front? Oh, okay. Oh, that's actually a really good picture. I'm covered in mud. Lawn darted into a rock. Okay, so that winch point is of no value whatsoever. I have to pull myself clear up out of this mess. There, that's a much better picture. Alrighty. Well, you know, I mean, again, turning to the oh, wow. I was in reverse.
How do you get names to disappear?
How do you get what to disappear?
The name tags to disappear.
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, never mind.
It might be an option in advanced settings. Or in regular settings, actually. Oh, so you can take a screenshot?
Yeah, I've like stuffed one of my tires into the wheel well.
Man, there we go. Oh, not what I wanted. Okay, so if I go here and hit advance, can I grab a proper winch point? Yay, I think. Oh, that was atrocious. Going into that hole like that. Oh, but my truck is filthy. It looks awesome. I freaking love it. Okay, so let's try to approach this differently. What I was starting to say was this truck, you know, clearly makes the trailing more challenging because it's less capable than the other trucks, which, you know, has provided. Oh, yeah, there we go. Provided me with more opportunity to test my driving skills and my winching skills. So in that respect, it's it's fun, but just seriously not as capable as the other two. And are you stuck, or are you just posing for a picture?
Sorry, I'll be. I was posing. Let's see. This one. Ah!
Come on.
This one. This one. Got it. We're good.
I can't imagine this truck making it up that without. Oh, call me a liar. Making it up that without winching. Holy crap. Alright, yeah, it gets some shit done. Oh, I touched a tree. I touched the girl and I liked it. Crap. Okay. There we go. I should send this video to my buddy Brian. He'd be like, yeah, that looks like my Dodge. After me and him abused the hell out of that thing. Except it was in the desert, so we really didn't get any mud. Pretty crazy, man. It's like 107 degrees at Christmas and New Year's. That's when we would go out to Glamis Dunes or Ocotillo or Pismo. Pismo would be a little cooler, but Glamis and Ocotillo were just truly deserts in the middle of winter, over 100 degrees, dry as a bone. Whew. Yeah. Oh, man. All three of my trucks will require major um, mechanical repair before being taken out again. I think I broke so many parts on the truck that it's just insane how much it's going to cost me. If they were real.
Yeah, for real.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I thought for sure that you could restart a multiplayer game and pick up on, where your trucks were at last. Apparently
That's
not.
what I thought too.
I mean, I didn't even start the game, I don't think, between the last time we played and this time, but we had to reroute or repark the trucks and reselect everything. So, anyway, I'm still going to give it to the Chevy.
Yeah.
Um, it's kind of a toss up. The Ford did okay. The Chevy made life easy. The Dodge was a struggle. And part of me leans towards the Dodge being fun because you have to rescue it and drive more carefully and try to approach things at different angles. Whereas the Chevy just ate everything thrown at it. And the Ford was pretty close. Probably missed one or two obstacles that were a pain in the butt for the Ford, and the Chevy just passed them right by. The Dodge struggled on those, and those and many others. So, man, it's a pretty cool picture, though. A nice muddy Dodge. All right, anything you want to add to the Ford versus Chevy versus Dodge full size pickup truck trail test?
The
God,
Ranch
that
did okay
that was a mouthful.
for what I was driving. And The Chevy just pretty much ate up everything, and then the Dodge, it, I would say it's the underdog of the group, even though it was from a different modder. But
Yeah, and that would be really cool if let's say Banks had a Dodge and we were comparing the Ford, Chevy, and Dodge created by Banks, with all of which had a ballpark similar engine, 6-liter diesel, 6.3, 6.2, or 5.9, or whatever the available histories of these vehicles have been. Oh, you know what I just noticed? I think this Dodge is actually a four-door short bed.
it is.
Yeah, the Chevy is also a short bed. Shit, they're all short beds. I thought we picked all four-door long beds, but it just looks so damn long because they all got four-door cabs. Yeah, all right, well, you can actually get these vehicles configured with a full length, 8-foot full length bed. My truck is a extended cab, or door and a half, cab and a half, and a short bed, and my bed is only 6.5 feet. So to carry 8-foot plywood or drywall, you gotta leave the tailgate down, which kind of sucks. After I bought my truck and started using it, I bought it to tow an RV. Ended up becoming a work truck again after the 2008 recession, and and in retrospect, I would have gone for a full four-door, full 8-foot long bed. If I ever get the chance to do it again, that's what I'm gonna do. But it wouldn't be a diesel. I'd get a gasser. I don't tow Caterpillars or Bobcats or massive trailers or anything like that. So, well, for our next trick, God only knows what we're going to do next, but it'll probably be something along the lines of Ford Ranger, a Chevy S10, and a Toyota. Because the only small Dodge pickup we found was Dodge Dakota.
Dakota, from Nix,
Right.
I
You know,
remember, right? Which it did pretty good on Cooper's Creek when I was driving it.
well, it's interesting if we could find a Ranger, an S10, and I don't care what else, if they were all the same creator.
Yeah.
But,
The
go ahead.
the only thing that stopped it really was like the really, really deep mud.
Oh, okay. Um, I just had a thought bubble that even if we were to get a Ford Ranger, a Chevy S10, and a Toyota, all made by the same creator. Let's say they were all three by Spun, all three by Nix, all three by whoever, IR, etc. They were they will all have been created at different points of that modder's history and experience. So after he created the Ford, a Ford Ranger, he may have learned a couple things and said, oh, I need to apply these things to this Chevy S10 now that I have become more experienced and and then would the modder then would that truck be more useful as a result of the modder gaining experience as he worked his way through building multiple trucks? I find that to be legit. That, yeah, I would presume so. If he built
Yeah.
a Ranger and then he went out on the trail with it, even after he released it, and okay, this would be better if it had greater height, different tires, more stickiness to the tire, blah blah blah. So there is no great equalizer, I guess, is what I'm saying. Even if they were all the same developer, modder, unless they were all built with the exact same properties, then they wouldn't be different. They wouldn't feel different. The Chevy wouldn't feel different than the Ford or behave differently than the Ford. You know,
Then
are
it
they
would just boil
basing?
down to driver style.
I guess, yeah. I'm curious if modders actually, use manufacturer data, or when you purchase a 3D model and then pump it into the game.
Huh,
Um,
that's
yeah, let's say the Ford is a 7,500 pound truck in this configuration, but the Chevy is a 7,800 pound or a 7,200 pound vehicle. Is that a relevant factor in the modding software? I don't know. Would love to hear somebody comment about that in the comments on YouTube.
And just throwing it out there, that'd be like a stock version truck, not
Correct.
one with like aftermarket parts.
Right. Yeah. I wonder if all those specific elements are there when you buy a 3D model from one of the websites where you can buy 3D truck models. You can buy Jeeps, you can buy Fords, you can buy Chevys, you can buy pickup trucks of all kinds of varieties and years. Huh. Are there specifications built into? Here's what you get. A true to life, accurate, really modeled stock Chevrolet, and then they put it in modding software and add aftermarket suspension and I I don't know. I'm guessing. Would love to learn more about that. Maybe I should just start watching Spun and IR's channels.
What I'd love to find is a truck with reducer gears.
Oh, yeah, I'm not really familiar with that term. Isn't that
It
just granny gears?
Yeah, but then it throws in half gears.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna have to research that to figure out what the hell that means. Um,
One of my friends, Doug, we all, called him Dougie, but he had a Suzuki with reducer gears, and that bloody thing could crawl through anything that we threw it at Rancho.
um, okay, you're talking real life then, right?
Yeah,
So doesn't that mean that there is a physical device installed on the gearbox or
yeah,
uh,
a physical device installed on the uh, gearbox or
like
tranny
what is it called?
that reduces the gears.
Like a transfer case,
Yeah,
or
like a transfer case.
well, that's interesting. It's probably a pretty well-known thing amongst Jeep community as well. Um, I'm just not familiar with it, but uh, well, that was fun. I mean, there's just unlimited trails to dick around with. But I've had enough of these big trucks, and I would like to try the little trucks. So I think coming up next, we're going to do something with the Ford Ranger, the S10, and a Toyota, because we don't have anything from Dodge that really is a mini truck or whatever you.
Um, we can throw the
The Dakota,
Dakota as a fourth truck.
I guess. And then down the line, we're going to be doing a Chevy Blazer, or the Ford Bronco, the Chevy Blazer, and the Dodge Ram Charger. And I forgot all about the Ram Charger. All I could remember was from my youth was the Ford Bronco and the Chevy Blazer. That seemed like what everybody and their brother had. And then I guess Mudrunner Maniac made a comment on another video to throw in the Dodge Ram Charger. And oh shit, yeah, I forgot all about that. That's a thing. It
Yep.
exists in this game, so that would be fun. And obviously, none of the foreign manufacturers have anything in that realm. Now, on the full size here, we probably could have thrown in a Tundra, right? Toyota Tundra is a full size. I don't know if they make a 350 though, or a 3500. Hell, even a 2500. I think they do make a 2500.
They do.
Otherwise, yeah, they would be just completely at a loss for the construction and towing, or the market that needs to tow things. Even the boat people and the RV people, they got to have something that's heavy enough. I'm not really familiar with Toyotas, but I think Tundra is their big boy. Oh, the Tacoma is their little one nowadays, right?
Yeah.
And I think the Tacoma and the Dakota are more or less in between a Ford Ranger and an F-150, aren't they? I don't know. I'll look it up. So, until the next time, uh, Got anything else to add, Soul?
No, I think we're good.
All right, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for being a camera guy, or thanks for being the truck in front of me for me to take video of. And until the next time, Game Brain and Soul Piper, we be gone.
Later.